Hello, welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be a very fun video because if you look at the fish tank over there, the aquaponics system, I really feel like lately the water pressure has been significantly lower, indicating that the pump is starting to go out, meaning I'm going to have to find another replacement. Now luckily I have two pumps, one that I'm currently holding that I'll show you guys in a second, and another one that I'm using for my permanent watering system. So the one I just bought to go in this new system is going to be a lot stronger of a pump, and I think it's a little bit too big. Now check that out. Here is the pump right now, and then this is the pump compared to it. So it's definitely strongly much bigger, so I'm a little bit nervous about it maybe sucking up a fish possibly. So in a second we're going to be going outside. We're going to be doing a lot of testing to see if this pump is way too strong and we might need to get another one, or if it's the perfect amount. And we can change the settings on this, so it's going to be very, very fun to work with this. So before we go ahead and go outside and start testing out this pump, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Let's go start today's video. All right, so we got the pump ready. It is starting to fill up. Now all we have to do is go ahead and plug it in and see how this goes. Well, I'm going to have to step back on this one a little bit. And what makes me a little bit nervous is I'm like 90% sure that is on the lowest setting. So let's go ahead and turn this pump off really quickly and make sure it is. All right, well, that is how high it actually goes on full speed. That is very, very strong, and a little bit nervous about that because that will overflow the entire system. So I'm gonna have to think about plan B because that is not gonna work. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I do really like the pump. I've had some time to really kind of plug that onto it, kind of see what the water pressure would look like when it comes out of the hose. And to be honest, it is about the same as my main kind of refill and taking out water when I have to do water changes. That is about how strong my other pump is. So I feel like at the end of the day, this should be fine. I'm thinking later today, or I guess probably after this, I'm going to go ahead and just do a huge water change on the main fish tank, clean it all up, and then install this onto the main system, and then we'll just see how everything does. I can't guarantee it will work, but I think for now, I'm just going to take out the other pump, drain the water, take out the fish really quickly, do a really deep clean change, and we'll go from there. So I guess I'll go ahead and put this away. While the hose is still running, I'm going to go ahead and water everything in the garden too. So I guess I'll see you guys in about an hour, which will be about a millisecond for you guys. So I'll see you guys when we get back indoors. Well, I don't know why I did not do a video when I walked in the room. I could have sworn I did, but we are making a lot of progress. I've so far taken out all the plants, and soon I'll be taking out all the gravel, all the rocks at the bottom, and then so far I'm pumping all of the water out. All the fish are in a different tank. Now that might have to be one of the worst tanks I could have possibly chosen, but they'll be in there for such a short amount of time, there's really no point. Plus they have everything they need. They have the oxygen, and they'll be in there maybe 10 minutes tops. So while this is still pumping their extra stuff out, I'm gonna go ahead and move that to a different area so I can take the cover off, move the fish tank, kind of clean it outside a little bit. I'm also going to be doing a deep clean on the biofilter and kind of blasting the junk out. So we'll just see how everything does, but for now I'm going to go ahead and kind of take a very short break while that pumps out for probably maybe 2 minutes, and then I'll see you guys in probably a second once everything's moved around. I've cleaned the biofilter and the rocks and everything is getting ready to go back in. All right, so I've extremely deep cleaned everything. All of it has been extremely cleaned. All the fish are still thriving. The biofilter is like cleaner than it's ever been. All the water is starting to be pumped in. I'm thinking just for the sake of the fish water being as good as possible, I'm going to be doing some chemicals in it. Well, I'm not going to call it chemicals. It's more of like pH down to make sure it's at exactly where it needs to be. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of some quick testing to make sure some stuff is working right, and to make sure the pump is going to be good enough, and then we'll just leave the pump on. We'll be running it for about an hour, seeing if stuff overflows, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, well, we got a very, very big problem here. Well, two things. Number one, at least the biofilter hosing system has been extremely deep cleaned by extreme pressure, but I will say a lot of stuff just got overflowed, so that is not good. Luckily, I was extremely close watching, so nothing bad got wet, especially electrical. So the first time I saw it drip, I instantly turned off the entire system. So there's some big problems. Luckily, I do have my hands on an extra pump identical to that one. So I'm gonna just have to buy another one that's slightly stronger. I want to say maybe that's a 30 watt. No, that seems too high. So this one was a 50 watt. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought them, but I was maybe thinking, well, I don't even know why I ordered it, but I want to say that's maybe a 25 watt, so maybe I could order like a 35 or like a 30 to get it a slightly stronger. But I will say that was a lot of water. That definitely was a problem. So I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and slowly start filling up the rest of the fish tank and work from there. So I guess for now I'm just going to have to take out that pump, figure out what to do with it, and I guess work from there. All right, so far I've gone through a ton of buckets. I added a lot of that pH to bring it down. I'm going to let that circulate for a little bit longer, for a good amount of time. I ended up taking out that gigantic pump and then replaced it with one of my backup pumps I use for my main watering system, but I'm not currently using it right now, so I'll have to order another one of those and possibly something a little bit more powerful. We'll just have to see how much it costs as compared, but so far it's doing really, really well. I'm actually mind blown with the water pressure, so that indicates that maybe it was I think a big majority of it was the pump, and the pump was starting to get clogged and starting to just show its age and not work as how it did when it was new. I also extremely deep cleaned the biofilter, and I really just kind of pumped a lot of pressure through the entire hosing system, the cords. So a lot of it is really, really good now, and to be honest, I'm really, really happy with how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and turn off this pump, put a little bit more pH stuff in it, try to get that to circulate through, and we'll work from there. All right, so it's been about 15-ish minutes since I really put all the new stuff in it. We'll just really see how stuff does now, but it is about time where the fish can go back in. I've done basically all the testing to make sure the water quality is good enough for the fish, and from everything, it looks like everything is good. The temperature is a little bit higher than usual, so I might let that go down slightly for a few minutes, but for the most part, everything is ready for the fish to go back in. Also, there's something I do want to address. When I was doing the pumps and examining to make sure everything wasn't dripping, I noticed one thing was showing some signs. So this part right here was dripping a little bit, so I ended up throwing a really strong zip tie and tried to do that as hard as I possibly could. And so far, it hasn't dripped at all, so that is really, really good. I might grab some tweezers and some other tools to just make it a little bit tighter, but I think for now, it's about good enough, so I think I could go ahead and cut it, and we'll just see how stuff does. So far, the biofilter is working really well. The pump's really working well. That's the most pressure I've seen so far, so I'm very, very excited about this. And yeah, I'm gonna go grab the fish, make sure all of them are doing good, and we'll go from there. All right, it's been about 15 minutes since I did the last part of today's video, and it's so far doing really good. The water quality is really coming back in really positive ways. All the fish are really thriving throughout it. The temperature is about good. Water pressure is still really thriving. There are some spots here and there that are a little bit higher than I'd like. For an example, like the beginning. And for the most part, it is the beginning of everything. It's like this one, that one, and then that one down there are going to be a little bit worried. And let me show you why. Check out how high the water is in the beginning of these. It's not crazy high, but this one is going to be a little bit nervous. That is definitely quite high. It makes me very, very nervous about that, so I'm gonna have to keep a very, very close eye on that. And to be honest, that is very, very sketchy. So definitely we'll have to keep an eye on that one for now. And there is still, I can still turn down the pump a little bit, so I might just take my hand in the pump a little bit and try to turn the valve down a little bit and work from there. But other than that, other than this one being excruciatingly high up, I'm not very worried. So I think for now, I'm just going to do few things here and there for water pressure, and then that'll be the end of the video. All right, sadly, this is going to be the end of the video. Today was an extremely busy and quite fun video, so if you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.